Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we could all just settle down, please. Shh, 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 shh. Thank you all very much indeed. Well, before the start of the usual pre-event press conference here at Misano, we have a very special moment. I think whenever we come to Misano, we always think of one person. We always think of number 58. We always think of Marco Simoncelli. And between his GP debut in the 125cc class pick in 2004, and that last Grand Prix appearance when we sadly lost him from the Motogp family in 2011 in Malaysia, Marco took 14 wins in the smaller classes and of course 2 podium finishes in the Premier class. In 2008 he was crowned, rightly so, the 250cc world champion before moving on to MotoGP. And I'm delighted this afternoon we'd like to welcome Paolo Simoncelli, of course, Marco's father, and Carmelo Espeleta, the CEO of Dorna Sports. And Carmelo will say a few words just to explain why Marco's number 58 will officially retire from the MotoGP entry list. Carmelo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's a big pleasure. You remember we talked about the idea to retire the number 58 from the grid of the MotoGP for the future. This is what we are doing today. We will give to Marco's father, to Paolo, a statement saying that this number from now belongs to the Simoncelli's family. Then we will not use for nobody unless they decided somebody has the honor to use this number. Also, it's a great moment, and we agree with Paolo to say that. We announce from now that Paolo, with his team, who has been participating in the FIM Junior World Championship, will participate from next year with his team in the Moto3 World Championship. Then Paolo next year will be with us all the weekends. Then it's a great moment for us. Thank you, Paolo. Yeah. Also, it's great to announce today that in a few moments we are going to Coriano, because today is the opening ceremony of a hospital for disabled people who has been created from the Fondazione Marco Simoncelli. This is something they will recover in the money since Marco's death, and then they built a hospital there to people who has not the possibility to do all these health things together. Then it's another great collaboration for Paolo and his family. Thank you, Paolo. Yeah.
Thank you, Carmelo, and thank you, Paolo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, pre-event press conference for the San Marino and the Riviera di Rimini, the TIM Grand Prix here at Misano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli. In the press conference today, we have the World Championship leader, Marc Marquez, riding the Repsol Honda. 3 wins for Marc this season, 50-point advantage in the championship, and a good success rate here at Misano. A 125cc winner 2010, Moto2 11 and 12, and a MotoGP winner in 2015. To his right is the local man, Valentino Rossi, riding that Movistar Yamaha. 2 wins, podiums in the last 2 Grand Prix, 5 podium finishes here in MotoGP, including victories in 2008, 2009 and 2014. To the left of Jorge Lorenzo, the current world champion, riding that Movistar Yamaha. 3rd in the World Championship, 3 wins. but just one podium in the last 6. Another great record here in Misano. A 250 winner, 07, and 3 MotoGP wins, 11, 12, and 13. To the right of Valentino Rossi, Maverick Vinales riding that X-Star Suzuki, of course fresh just 5 days ago from his maiden MotoGP win at Silverstone. 1 podium finish here at Misano. He was second in the Moto3 race in 2013. At the far end, another local man, Andrea Dovizioso, riding the factory Ducati, 7th in the World Championship. 3 podiums and 1 pole position, and 4 times he's been 4th here at his home circuit. And at the far end, Cal Crutchlow riding the LCR Honda. Cal due to make his 100th MotoGP appearance, 8th in the World Championship, 3 podiums, of course, including that win at Brno just under 2 weeks ago, and of course 2nd in his home Grand Prix at Silverstone. And success rate here, World Supersport back in 2009, and his best result 6th in the MotoGP race in 2013. So that's the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. We're obviously going to start with Mark. Still a good gap, Mark, 50 points, 6 to go, despite 4th at Silverstone off the podium.
Yeah, of course, Silverstone was not the best race or the best final result because I did a mistake, but okay, we lost only 3 points and still 50 points advantage. So we will see here in Misano. Looks like the weather will be stable finally. It's a good thing. Then another thing is that Michelin bring a new front tire. That also will be difficult to understand and try to find the limit again. But anyway, we will see. In FP1 we will start and, like always, try to find the best setup and see during the weekend how is our level.
What about Silverstone? From the outside, it looked absolutely incredible. And we spoke to Valentino, obviously, after he finished third. He said it was good fun. Was it good fun for you, apart from the result?
Yeah, it was a good battle with Valentino, with Carl, all the race, no? Because honestly, I did a mistake. I chose a soft front tire, and I couldn't take the risk, or I didn't take the risk before the race to go with the hard one, and I did the mistake there. But okay, during all the race I was struggling a lot with the front, but I was just trying to follow Valentino, and then in the last 5 laps attack and try to go to the 2nd place. But okay, I did a mistake. It was like this, but you know, it was a fun race, and also when I watched again on Monday in my sofa, it was really nice, really exciting.
Misano and Honda, how do you think? It's very different to Silverstone, for instance.
Yeah, of course, now Misano is a completely different track. Compare Brno, Silverstone. It's everything more tight, everything is smaller. And we will see. We have hard break points, we have also 3 hard accelerations. But looks like now we can manage a little bit better this side, so we will see how is our level, and also important to like I say, to understand the new front tire.
Mark, thanks very much indeed. We come on to Valentino. Coming into your home race, Valentino, in good form. 2 podiums in the last 2 races, and as you said at Silverstone, just enjoying it.
Yes, for sure. This one is something special during the season for me and for all the riders that coming from this place. And is always a great weekend with a very good atmosphere, a lot of fun, a lot of people. So cannot wait to start, no? And after we see, for sure, you have a lot of difference compared to Silverstone. Starting from the layout, from the racetrack, that is a lot different, very tight. But also the weather, because finally it looks like that we can have a good weekend. And we hope, because if we have more time for work, for make the right decision, also for try all the different tires, because we have a difference in the front, so it's important to understand and make the right choice for Sunday.
And what about this area? You just said it's the hotbed, isn't it? This part of the world for motorcycle racing, and all the people that have come from here, and now the youngsters you're bringing on. It is an amazing place to come to if you love motorcycle racing.
Yes, for some different reason, this is the zone in Italy where a lot of riders born or growing up, and year by year become also more, because now a lot of riders that were born in other places move here for train and for live, because it's a very good place. And because you have a lot of good facilities for training, but especially here you can feel the taste of a motorcycle, and the passion for the two wheels is very high, and so it looks like the air is a bit different.
Misano, was it the first track you came to watch? Obviously, running the opposite way round then.
Yes, was the first track where I watched a Motogp race, but also was the first track that I try with a big motorcycle, because before race with the mini bikes, and the first time that I entered in one track with one bike was in Misano in '92, I think. So it's something unforgettable. Also, if now is completely different, is on the other way, is another racetrack, but is a racetrack that I like, and so we have to try the maximum. We arrived from a quite good moment. Finally make 2 podium in a row, but also in Austria I arrived 4th. I take some points that is very important for the championship, and will be also very important to start from the right way from tomorrow morning, and try to understand the best way for the setting of the bike, because last year, for example, I struggle a lot and I wasn't competitive for the victory, so we need to try to make better this year.
Valentino, thank you. We come to the left here, of course. Jorge, Lorenzo. Jorge, in the middle of a tough old run, but not many better places to come for you for that run to end. You've got a great record here.
Yes, this track historically has been great for me, even in 2008, where I have great difficulties to gain back my confidence with the Michelin in my first year. I achieved here one of the last podiums, no, this year, before going to Brixton, no? Then with Brixton, in all the years I finished on the podium in the first 2 places, winning three victories in a row. And last year was the only year I finished out of the podium and out of the race after my crash. So yeah, for some reasons this track I always been fast. Let's see now that we are coming in a bad period of results, apart from Austria race. We were able to be at the same level than we were in the last seven years here.
Obviously it's tough at Silverstone, but it does appear that you're going to get some warm, dry weather, and I think you'll be more than anybody delighted.
Yeah, this year you don't know what is going on after one Grand Prix, no? Maybe you are very competitive, like I was in Brno on the dry, and you go into the Silverstone in a bumpy track and cold track, and you are slow for some reasons, no? So let's see here how we are. Looks like the weather is going to be fine during the 3 days, so this is very positive for everyone, and let's see tomorrow after the first practice I will tell you.
And 64 points between you and Mark. It is a big gap, 6 races, but things can change, can't they?
Yeah, things can change. Mark is being very constant this year, and there is only 6 races to finish the championship, so for sure he has all the chances to become world champion, but everything can happen, no? So till it's mathematically impossible to win the championship, you still have your chance, but obviously we are not thinking about it, but we are thinking to come back again into the fight for the victory area, and I think we can do it as soon as possible, no?
Oh, hey, many thanks. You're coming to the right of Valentino, of course. Maverick Vinales, Star Suzuki. Is it sunk in yet? It's 5 days now that you're a Motogp winner. It's all been a bit of a rush since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, honestly, not even time to make the party. No, honestly, when I arrive Monday, I just train again to try to come back more strong here. Anyway, it was a really good race. I check also the lap times. The The pace was really competitive. I hope we can bring here all the positive things we found in Silverstone to try to be also competitive. Last year was a really difficult race for us here, but we improved the bike, so we will try to be competitive as the best we can.
Obviously, great day for you, but it's pretty sunk in as well. An amazing day for Suzuki, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the victory, it's not only my victory, you know, the team also did a great job, and it's been so many years that Suzuki didn't win, so it was great for everybody.
And as the other three have said, Misano is so different to Bruno and, of course, Silverstone. It's a different game, isn't it?
Yeah, really different, but we did one test here that I was feeling great. Then on the race, for me, it was so difficult to ride fast, but anyway, we did a reset. We came here to work hard, and since Friday I will try to give my best.
Maverick, thank you very much indeed. Coming to the far end, ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Dovizioso, of course, Factory Ducati. They're all big races for Ducati, but Mugello and this one are the big ones, aren't they?
Yes, for sure. It's really important for us this race for Ducati, but especially for me. I did the first race in 2000 here with a big wheel, so I have good memories, and I won that race, so it was a nice memory. We did the test 2 weeks ago, and the feeling was good. So for sure there wasn't a competitor, so we don't know about the lap time. Like Mark say, there is a different front tire. We didn't try, so will be interesting to understand the feeling with that tire, because Misano is quite a strange track. The front is really important, but overall I'm confident about this weekend. The speed I think is there, and now it's about to work in the best way to be ready for the race.
And will it help? Everybody knows Misano quite well, but you have tested here, you know, more frequently than the others.
Yes, I think so. Every time you are able to make a test before the race is always better, so I hope so. I don't know how much. The weather looks good for all weekend, so maybe the advantage will be not so big, but maybe a small one.
And the knee you injured in the test, and you re-injured it, I think, at the crash at Silverstone. Is it okay?
Yes, unfortunately, I mean, like every time when you crash, after a few days it becomes worse, but I don't think it will affect my riding style, so I have more pain now than the weekend, but we will see tomorrow on the bike. I don't think it will be a problem.
Lovely, thanks very much indeed. Come to the far end, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Cal Crutchlow riding the LCR Honda in great form. Cal, would you ever believe when you won that World's Supersport race in 2009, you'd be having your 100th Grand Prix appearance and a race winner?
I actually didn't have a clue that it was my 100th Grand Prix, so thanks for telling me, Nick. Do I get a present or anything?
Yeah, probably make a presentation afterwards.
A little collection from everybody. €1 each would be perfect. No, yeah, I'm really pleased. It's nice to be here in Misano. Is, you know, I'm sure Lucio would class it as his home race with being down the road. Yeah, really excited and looking forward to it after a good weekend in Silverstone, a good battle, some good fun. I think some hard racing but fair racing. I think everybody in the world likes to see racing like that up close, and you know, it entertained the riders, let alone the fans. So it's really nice to come here in Misano in good shape, and hopefully we can have a repeat performance, or you know, just a strong weekend. We'll be very happy.
You're on an amazing run, Cal, after a very difficult start of the season. I mean, okay, people might say, oh, Bruno, brilliant win, but it was in the wet, but that was in the dry at Silverstone, wasn't it? And that was absolutely honours even, and you went out there and had such a good result.
Yeah, you know, I have a good feeling with the bike and my team at the moment. The LCR Honda team are working great, and Honda are really trying their best. You know, it's not an easy championship to be in this year. Everybody, you know, changing. Some teams and some riders are not strong at certain points, and some that you expect not to be strong all year are really strong. So I think we're in the moment. We're coming in good shape. Yeah, hopefully it can continue. We've had a good run up until now. Yeah, and as I said, you know, we will try our best to keep going, but we are also realistic that I think Misano will be a little bit more difficult for us. But it doesn't stop us giving 100%, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow morning and then Sunday.
Cal, thank you very much indeed. That's enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. Questions from the floor.
Carlos Pérez from Movistar Plus. A question for Marc Márquez about the next races. Which will be the approach? It's going to be the approach on this Marc more aggressive. Also because Valentino in the last 3 races recovered points on you. Or do you think more on just finishing behind him you can be world championship? Also, do you have this in mind?
Yeah, of course you have in mind everything, but in the end the approach of the races is the same like the other ones. We will try to do our 100%. We will try to finish in front of them if we can, like Silverstone. But okay, if we can't, then we need to try to manage to finish behind him, because then we lose less points.
Yes, 2 questions for Vale. You're right, Vale. The question is about the action with the 58 of Marco Simoncelli. What do you think about this action? And if in the future, would you like, when finish your career, that Dorna do the same with the 46? No other rider using the future when you are at home?
Yes, I think that what the family of Marco and especially Paolo did after 2011 is something very special. And I always try to give my part, to give help to them. We did something together. And Paolo had this idea of the hospital long time ago. And when sometimes we met or we eat together, he always explained to me that they are at a good point. So I'm very happy that now is ready. And about the number, I was thinking before. Non lo so. I don't. My first impression is that I don't like that the 46 is cancelled. I prefer that remain, and if some other rider want to take that number, can do. But is a problem that I hope in the last. So not now. No, I don't know. No, just is better that I think that the number is cancelled from Motogp. If somebody want to use, can use.
A question for the 2 ends. Dovi, are you still with a problem with an arm pump? And Cal, you will still ride the new chassis to evaluate for Honda?
What happened in Silverstone, it's a consequence of how me and Iannone we have to ride the bike. It's not about my problem. It's about the difficult way to try to do that lap time. Our bike become faster and faster, and we are very competitive, but still we have some points where it's not so easy. And there is some very difficult track in our championship. One of them is Silverstone, and it happened. But it's just about consequence, about how we have to ride the bike. And I don't think we will have a problem here like we didn't have a problem in a different race.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure. In the moment, I only just arrived, so I have to go. I've been to the garage, but only to give them some cake, and I haven't really discussed the plan of what we will do this weekend. But sure, in Silverstone it seemed to work well. But as I also expressed after Silverstone, I did the same lap time with the old. So there is some positive, some negative, but I will also do what Honda want me to do.
Question for Maverick. Ciao, Maverick. What did you feel when you crossed the line in Silverstone when you took the victory, and do you think Suzuki can win again this season?
Well, when I crossed the line, you know, it's many emotions, because you know, for me the race was so hard to be in the front, you know, and it was already 2 years that I didn't been in this situation, so it was difficult to remain concentrated and be on the same level all the laps. Anyway, I mean, for us been so good, you know, and now we have like less pressure and we are much more motivated.
I would like to ask to all the riders a question. There has been a lot of pros and cons about the new regulation changed by Dorna. I'm talking about the ECU, I'm talking about the Michelin tire, but I think that this year the championship is awesome, and especially for the people at home watching, and I would like to know honestly, what do you think about this changing?
So for me it's much better because like we see this year, seven winners, different last races. So really important, no, this for the championship, and I think it's really nice for the fans. It's positive.
Yes, you know, sometimes the first reaction is different than after half championship. So it means that this new regulation work, especially from the ECU. I think that was a good idea for everybody, and help to bring the performance of the bike closer, so better races also. And at the beginning, you remember with the Michelin, looks like the races become a lot more boring because nobody overtake. But Michelin work hard on the front, and now looks better. So you can have a wider range of tires for the different riders and the different bike. And I think that championship like this also helping from the weather forecast that in the last races was quite bad is very funny to watch.
Yeah, in my opinion, have the benefit points and also negative points. No, for example, to have the same electronic for everyone, firstly reduce the cost for all the teams, and also probably makes the competition more close, because you cannot have difference in performance in electronic. No, you take apart one area, but for the negative side, you stop a little bit the evolution of the electronic for the street bikes and for the safety of the customers. It's like the same for me with the wingless. No, the wingless create more contact in the front, also in the future for the street bikes, and now without this you stop a little bit this evolution. But I think in general it's positive because reduce the cost and make the races more exciting. No.
Honestly, I think that in that case for us, for Suzuki, it's been really good, you know, because last year the electronic were quite simple, and Yamaha and Honda and also Ducati was a little bit more on the development, you know, and after that make everything more equal, and you know, it makes the championship also much more competitive. Also with the Michelins, I mean, you have many choice on the race, and can do much fun races, and also you need to work hard on the strategy.
I think the result is good. I'm happy. For sure, there was a possibility for more riders to fight for the victory, but at the end the riders fight for the championship is always that, so I think the regulation is good. I think the only things is, I mean, when you lose a race because something is not perfect, it happened from the tire or some other things, this is not good in Motogp. I think everything has to be in the top level, but apart of that, I'm agree, and it's really nice to see the race now.
Yeah, I agree with most of the points already said, but I don't think it's easy to write a set of rules for this championship. You know, you have the manufacturers, the riders, we all want different things, so I think I think Dorna and Erta and everybody involved do a good job to write a set of rules. Of course, everybody is not going to be happy, but yeah, we will see. I think, as Mark also said, there's been a lot of different winners and good battles, and Michelin also are doing a good job. So yeah, hopefully it can continue in this way.
A question for Dobby. Dobby, MotoGP has 7 different riders in a row. Do you see a possible number 8? And what do you think when see other riders winning, but you not still, not yet?
It's not nice. For sure, it's something really big and important to win a race in MotoGP. It's very, very, very difficult. So everybody are here to try to get that result. So I'm not happy about that, and I will try to get that result. I think we have a chance. Still, our package is not perfect, but it's really good, so everything can happen, and I hope will happen here. It will be, if it will happen, something even more special for the place.
Mark, question here. Yes, 2 questions. One, in the Michelin press release, it says that the new front tire should be especially good for braking, improve the braking. As a great braker, I imagine you are looking forward to test this front tire. And my second question is about your opinion about what is happening with Tito Rabat. How much he is struggling to get into the rhythm of MotoGP?
Yeah, about front tire, yeah, looks like maybe, yeah, it's harder, but the target is for try to be lower on the temperature with the front tire. Or they say this to us. We will see, because in the end, if it's harder but you don't have the feedback, then you cannot brake late. So looks like that will be harder, and also harder means more critical, less warnings. We will see. About Tito, I know him from long time ago, and he's working really hard, like always. He has been world champion in Moto2 by the way to work every day and to ride with the bike. MotoGP, of course, is different, and I need to say that he didn't arrive in the best year in Honda to be in a good level. But anyway, he's struggling, but sometimes he's faster. But I hope that he can be better next year.
Question to Jorge, Mark and Valentino. Earlier before, Andrea said that the advantage they might have here, thanks to the test, might not be big. Do you agree with him, or do you think we might see a similar weekend to the Austrian one? Andrea said that they've done a few tests here, and the advantage might not be big for them here in Misano. Do you agree with him, or do you think we might see a similar weekend to the Austrian Grand Prix? To Jorge, Mark and Valentino. I said that before.
Maybe will be a small help in FP1, FP2, but like he say, looks like the weather will be okay, so anyway, Ducati will work well this circuit, because I think with accelerations already they will gain a lot of time, but will be not a very big advantage.
Yes, especially is maybe tomorrow, but if the weekend have a good weather, after, like in Austria, I don't think the Ducati won for the test, but won because was faster than us. So you can have a small advantage for sure for the work on the setting and everything, but if you have all the weekend with the good condition, after you can give your max potential.
Yeah, obviously it helps. No, I don't think only one practice, no, but they are used to make a lot of practice in Misano, but also in Mugello. So it looks like it's the two test tracks for them, especially with Pirro, so they have a lot of information. And for sure, for the first practice will be quite a big difference. And as I told you, not only because the last practice, but because usually they train in this track.
Question for Valentino. Vale, Yamaha have said recently that they really want you to go back to the Suzuki 8R, but I know the last time you raced there you said never again. Is there any chance?
No, I don't hear. No.
Sorry.
So very difficult.
Yamaha said.
If I go to race with Suzuki.
Yamaha said recently that they wanted.
Suzuka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you go back?
I like a lot that race, and I love to make also with Yamaha. For me can be, but the problem is not during the MotoGP season. So maybe when I stop, because sincerely now I'm too old and we don't have enough time for make the 8 hour, because in reality is the only week or 10 days that we have of holiday between the first part and the second part. So if you spend that week in Suzuka, is a big stress physically and mentally, and I think that you can pay in the second half. But maybe in the future when I stop, I want to try with Yamaha. It's a great race.
Gentlemen, thank you all very much. If we could stand for the photograph, please. Thank you all very much. Thank you.